Phenomenal Partners to announce that this storefront was in fact a front for large-scale narcotics.
Cannabis.
Selling the life out of one of our more historic neighborhoods.
So they had about close to a pound of cannabis. So I want to talk about this. I made a video about this, and you can see about 2 months ago where the district attorney in New Orleans is doing something that no other district attorney has ever done in that city, and he's going after small businesses, okay? But he's not just going after any small business. He's going after mostly small Black-owned businesses. He shut down, he's seizing property, and I did a video about this. I'll put the link in the video, in this video, like other people say. I'll put it in the description and in the first comment. I will leave a link to that video that I made about this video. So anyway, he seized some property on Claiborne, right outside the French Quarter. He seized another property across the river, right on the border of Jefferson Parish, another high dollar property. He also seized another high dollar property. Hold on, let me get it. There's the video there. It is called New Orleans District Attorney praying, not praying like a prayer. He is praying like a chicken hawk does with a chicken. Preying on small businesses. So yeah, he did the tire shop, which is right by the French Quarter, the property across the river, and another property that was in Treme, right by the French Quarter, right around the tire shop. This was a store. And this is my point with this. This is what he's doing, okay? Now, this place had a little weed in it. The tire shop, which is a 24-hour tire shop, the only tire shop off of the I-10 interstate. If you're coming through New Orleans and you get a flat tire and you're on the interstate, the only tire shop that's right off the interstate was that independently owned 24-hour tire shop. They seized it. They said they had a couple of homeless people living around there or something, and they seized the property. But this is why. The tire shop, they want to put a Firestone there, okay? The convenience store is going to be that chain that is, they got a chain that took over all the French Quarter area, like this outside business. And now this was in the 300 block of Bourbon Street, which is really great property. These people, and it was a clothing store, and this is my point. There's the River Walk, which is right around the corner, and they have all these big top stores like Guess and Marc Cole and this, that, and the other. Well, if you're not part of that Walmart group, if you're not part of that big corporate structure, selling tires like Firestone, from Firestone, selling clothing from only those Kenneth Cole places in that mall, or if you're, the store, you got a regular little bodega in the French Quarter, they coming for your property. They're going to seize your property. It has nothing to do with the homeless people that's hanging around outside. It's got nothing to do with these people that had a half a pound of cannabis in there, THCA, bud, like nothing. Practically legal on the federal level. And they seized an entire business. They took cash that was in there in their cars. Well, that's easy to take, okay? So if you're a nobody and you buy property around one of these big commercial zones in New Orleans, like around the French Quarter, like these businesses did, those three businesses, the tire shop, the convenience store, this clothing store, and the 300 block of Bourbon, that's a hot block there. And it's all big corporations now on Bourbon Street. It's all big corporations that own every business. And if you're some small, independent guy who owns a small business, this guy who's connected with, the whole Democratic big corporation group, non-military, this guy's going to come for your property. If you're not invested in Firestone, you can't have a tire shop right outside the French Quarter. If you're not invested in that Starvin' Marvin, that's the name of the joint. They got Starvin' Marvin stores going up around the French Quarter. That's the only place you can buy fresh milk from there if you live in the French Quarter. So if you don't have stock in Starvin' Marvin's or if you don't have stock in Firestone, you can't open your own. The only way you're making tires around the French Quarter, this big corporate zone, is if you own stock in that company. That's my point. If you're just some independent small businessman that owns property or a business right around the French Quarter, this guy is coming for your assets.